Start Therapy Gang, it's your girl Amber Mellon, and I am back today with another video, and I am super excited for today's video. We are still on our Dark Feminine Energy series. If you haven't checked the prior video before this one, okay, that video is very helpful. It's going to give you a foundation into what is dark feminine energy. Okay, what is dark feminine energy, and what are some things that you should know about starting a foundation to unlock or to tap into your divine feminine energy. So last week's video was just understanding what it is and what it isn't. Okay, and so if you haven't checked that one out, make sure you check that video out. Today's video, someone in my prior video left me a comment. Thank you, my love. I love when you ladies leave me comments because it helps me to know the content that you are liking, and you know, what more content to create for you ladies that would be helpful, okay? Besides the content that I feel led to do on my own, okay? So I also want to give content that I feel led to do, and I also want to give content that you ladies like. So to the two ladies that left comments for me, thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. You know who you are. I love you. Thank you so much for your love and your support. And for you ladies that have been leaving me comments on the last video or other videos, thank you so much, because it really helps my channel to grow when you leave comments and when you hit the like button, okay? So today's video is about how steps to take to activate your dark divine feminine energy, okay? How to activate your divine feminine energy, what you need to be doing to step into this to activate this powerful energy in your life, okay, to help bring balance to your life, okay? So if you are new here to the Moon and Star Therapy family, if you are a spiritual badass, a walking goddess in these streets, if you know you're an alien superstar, these are the vibes on this channel, okay? Go ahead and hit that go ahead and subscribe first and become a part of the Moon and Star family, and then hit the like button today if I say something that helps you and resonates for you, okay? If you're watching for even more than 5 minutes, please hit the like button for your girl, okay? So we are going to jump straight into these videos, and for those of you who are already subscribed, you're already liking the videos, welcome, my loves. Thank you so much. I love you and I appreciate you. Okay, let's get into this message. Today's video is titled Naked and Afraid, okay? In the wilderness, okay? The dark divine feminine energy in the wilderness, naked and unafraid. That is the title that God and my spirit team gave me for this video to help you ladies to understand how to activate this powerful energy that all of us have, okay? So when you're activating your dark divine feminine energy, one of the most important things that God told me is you have to know what you deserve, okay? You have to understand and know what you deserve in your life, okay? And so in order to know what you deserve and what you don't deserve, you first have to know what it is that you want, okay? So in order to understand what you deserve, you first have to understand and know exactly what it is that you want, okay? That is number one. Write that down somewhere, make a note, okay? Activating your dark divine feminine energy from this very second. What is it that you want, okay? In order to know what you deserve, you have to know what it is that you want, okay? This dark divine feminine energy is a powerful energy. It's a power, it's an inner strength that comes from the inside. It's all about taking challenges, situations in your life, and obstacles that have come to challenge you, to help release you from something, to free you from something, okay, to let go, all right? Sometimes it's all about starting over, okay? Sometimes these challenges will bring you close to hopelessness, despair, physical death, or even a spiritual death, okay? So the dark divine feminine energy is this rising of the phoenix, is this rebirth, okay, regeneration, okay. It's all about a spiritual revolution of self. It's about inner transformation. It's about this metamorphosis, okay, of coming from this energy, this imposter energy, this hiding energy, over giving energy, okay, this lack of confident, unworthy energy, okay. It's all about breaking free of places and things or individuals, okay, that take you for granted, that take away from you, that use you, okay. It could be a relationship, okay. It could be a job. It could be just belief in yourself, okay. But this is truly what that dark feminine energy is. It's about allowing God, giving God permission, giving the universe permission, giving the spirit realm permission, okay. But God is asking you to trust him to start over, okay. So I will share my personal story, this dark divine feminine energy. And the reason why I wanted to title this video In the Wilderness, Naked and Afraid, is because a lot of times when you are activating this dark divine feminine energy, and let's say for instance God and the universe is asking you to start over, okay, and lead you into the wilderness, okay, a lot of times it's a test of working with what you have, okay. God wants you to know that everything that you need is already inside of you. You do not need anything external. So in this wilderness, this dry place, okay, God is asking you and calling you to use what you have. He wants you to learn how to use what little that you have and make it resourceful, okay, whether it be physically, spiritually, or mentally, okay. Another thing is that a lot of times when you're in the wilderness, it's not a lot of action going on, okay? It's a lot of self-reflecting, it's a lot of self-assessing, and it's a lot of having faith of God bringing things to you, okay? So being in the wilderness, God will strip away everything that is inauthentic about you, okay? Whether you've been trying to be like some other person, some other woman, whether you've been comparing yourself, whether you haven't been seeing yourself in the positive light that you need to, okay? It's a undoing, it's a stripping away of all of that, okay? So when I say naked and unafraid, spiritually, it's being open, okay? For God to see, for everybody to see, but unafraid because you're in God's hands, okay? So a lot of times this nakedness is God showing you who you truly are. There's a song by Fred Hammond that I love, and it's called God, Show Me Your Face. Hopefully I can remember it, and I'll leave it in the link below. But it's a powerful song. But the wilderness is a place of just you and God, okay? It's about God speaking to you, talking to you, showing you things. So sometimes when you're in the fast pace and you're going and you're making money and you're in that rat wheel, it's hard to see. Sometimes it's hard to hear God's voice. God is speaking, but it's hard for you to hear because sometimes you might be wrapped up in a person. Sometimes you might be wrapped up in a job. Sometimes you might be wrapped up in a toxic friend circle. Sometimes you might be wrapped up in the, chasing the money, chasing the bag. So sometimes God will purposely slow things down in your life so that you can see clearly. You'll feel like your money is drying up. You'll feel like business is slow. You'll feel like you're not getting the traction you need to get. You'll feel like just things are just in your life are just slowing down or just automatically just hit a standstill, okay? And it's not God trying to hurt you or punish you. It's him trying to show you so you could clearly see. Hey, let me take you in the wilderness. Grab my hand. Hey, let me show you what this person's true intentions are about you. Let me show you how this person truly feels about you so you can see. In the wilderness, it's nothing but tumbleweeds, bugs, trees, and God, and just the basic bare necessities to keep you warm, to keep you fed, and to keep you from out of harm's way, okay? Trust me, if God leads you to the wilderness, you will not be eaten up by the animals. You will be fed. You will not go hungry. God always provides, okay? But in the wilderness, you learn how to be grateful with just enough. In the wilderness, you learn how to be grateful with just having the basic necessities. As long as you can eat, as long as you have your health, as long as you can walk, see, and as long as you can get up and do things, you're fine, okay? So when God leads you into this wilderness, it's so you can hear better. It's so your spiritual third eye can open up as a divine feminine, so you can tap into that intuitive side. So you can see like, hey, this career, this job that I had, it was never for me. This person, this circle group, this opportunity, it was never for me. It was to get me off track. Another thing that God does in the wilderness when you are activating this divine feminine energy, this dark divine feminine energy, when you are starting over, when you are in a self transformation, is God will show you how strong you are. He'll teach you how to hunt. He'll teach you how to be strong, to stay strong in the midst of a dry environment. So there's this deep inner strength, this deep inner wisdom that only God can give you, that comes from the inside, that no one can take away from you, no one can shake away from you, okay? When I asked my daughter's father for a divorce, I was in a very vulnerable state in life. I had just had my daughter. She was only almost about a year old. I was battling a postpartum depression. I was also not working. I was going to school, trying to better myself and accomplish my dreams. And here, in this wilderness place, God is showing me, hey, Amber, this relationship is not for you. I know you love this person. I know you guys have this dynamic friendship, but this is not the love for you. This person does not love you how you desire to be loved or need to be loved, okay? And one of the revelations that my daughter's father shared with me is that when he met me and saw the kind of person I was, instead of telling the truth to me that he was not ready to get married, but he wanted to hold on to this energy, this loving, mothering energy that I, provided for him, that he didn't get from his mom. He held on to me and decided to marry me anyways, afraid of not finding it again. That's something, a revelation that he shared with me, just digging deeper into why things went the way that they did. And he was just like, Amber, you provided this mothering, loving energy that I never experienced. And it's like a little kid finding a jewel, and I didn't want to let it go. So instead of being honest with you and saying that, hey, I'm not ready to be married, or, I'm not really, don't want to really get married, I married you anyways because I wanted to hold on to you and I didn't want to let you go. And though that revelation really helped me understand and dive deeper when I was in this wilderness place, going through this transformation of breaking free from a relationship that no longer served me, and dealing with all the aftermath of things that we have been through the years, that added even more mental exhaustion to the things I was, facing, cleared a lot of stuff up for me. It was still hard. So mentally, I was fighting for my life, battling mental health issues with postpartum depression, and, navigating through all this stuff of, going through a divorce and healing and not working and trying to get on my feet, trying to establish myself back financially. I was fighting for my life, okay? If I would have gave up, I'm telling you, that would have been the death of Amber. And maybe not a physical death, but a spiritual death of Amber's mission and purpose in life, because it was hard as hell. It was very hard. It was a struggle. In the wilderness, God is also calling you higher. So he wants your inner being to be higher than your environment and your situation. So God was asking me, hey, Amber, I know you're in this wilderness place. I know mentally you're not there, but I need you to stay I need you to keep a grateful heart. I need you to be thankful about the things that you want and the things that you desire despite this dry place. I need you to trust me. And I just told myself I was not going to cry on here. I got the box of tissues. But God was asking me to have faith. And a lot of times when you're in the wilderness place, you know, it's again, it's not a good feeling. It's a harsh environment. And, you know, you'll see who your friends truly are. Not every person is going to want to come with you and sit with you in the wilderness and sit with you while you have nothing and sit with you while you have nothing to offer but what's on the inside. And some people will. A lot of times your family members, your closest friends, you know, they won't like seeing you in that wilderness place. They'll try to give you advice on what you should do. They'll try to say, hey, you need to do this and need to do that, because it hurts them to see you in that place. But that's where that trust in God and that wisdom has to come from. No, I love you. I respect you. I know you're my family. I know, you're this to me, you're that to me, but spiritually, I don't feel like I need to do that. I feel like I need to continue to stay the course and stay right here. And, that's what happened to me. It broke my family's heart to see what I was going through. It broke my sister's heart to see what I was going through. But I had to trust God, and I had to stay in the wilderness. And I had to sit there and wait for God to tell me, like, hey, Amber, it's okay to move. When you're in the wilderness, God told me, the devil will come visit you too. And when I mean the devil, I don't mean a devil with horns. I don't mean like, demons or whatever. I mean, something that tests your faith, something that looks good, but is not the right move for you. The devil will come visit you in the wilderness, and he'll say, hey, divine feminine, why are you out here in the wilderness? You see how God got you out here looking crazy? You see how God got you out here suffering with the basic necessities, hot, barely enough to eat, barely enough to survive, in here uncomfortable, you're not sleeping? Divine feminine, you don't have to do this. Come with me. I got a place over here. It's your dream house. Is what you always wanted. A covered porch, a safe place for your daughter to play. I mean, it's the cat's meow in this place of growth, in this place of personal transformation. Are you going to be enticed to go with the devil, to let him lead you out of the wilderness and into something that seems comfortable and to something that seems good? The devil be like, girl, you don't got to be hot out here. It's almost 100 degrees out here. What are you doing? Come with me in the AC, girl. It's cool inside. I got lemonade and everything. Put up your feet, okay? And that's the trick, because everything that glitters is not gold, okay? So that's one of the things that you have to remember is, not only sometimes will friends make fun of you and not want to come visit you in the wilderness and leave you alone. Sometimes you'll have family that want to bring you out of the wilderness, that don't want you to do this and do that, and God's not calling you to do that. And sometimes your family, they're doing it out of a loving place. Let me just say that, because they don't want to see you suffer. But God had you in this place for a reason. And I could tell you from my personal experience, if I would have made certain moves and certain decisions, out of, love, the love that my family has for me, I would not be where I am right now. So sometimes you really have to listen to that God-given intuition. You really have to listen to your heart and what God is telling you to do. And you can't be so tempted to get out of an uncomfortable place that you go follow the devil to something that seems good. You have to stay right there in the fire where God wants you to, because that is where your greatest blessing is going to come from. That is where the confidence is going to come from. That's where that I'm unfuckwithable is going to come from. You can't fuck with me. You can't shake me. You can't make me sweat. There's nothing you can say. There's nothing you can do, because I already been to hell and back. That's where that inner strength comes from. That's what true dark divine feminine energy is. It's that letting God do a do-over in your life. That is allowing God to burn everything down to the ground and start over and making something new. And the beautiful part about this process is while you're in the wilderness, God is always working on your new home for you. And when I mean your new home, I mean this new spiritual place, these blessings, physical and spiritual. God never forgets you. He just wants to show you. You gave him permission. You said you're tired of the way your life is going. Okay, well, my daughter, let's go here into this wilderness place. I'm going to teach you how to make do with what you have. I'm going to teach you how to take what little you have and multiply it. I'm going to teach you how to be wise. I'm going to teach you how to use wisdom. I'm going to teach you how to use your discernment. I'm going to sharpen your spiritual eye. I'm going to sharpen your spiritual mind. I'm going to teach you how to hunt. I'm going to teach you how to be able to move in a dry place. I'm going to teach you how to be able to withstand harsh environments. And while he's teaching you, he's also building you something new, something beautiful, something better at the same time. God does not just do this for no reason. Trust me, there's always a reward after this wilderness stage. And that's why I titled this video Naked and Unafraid, okay? Because God wants you to get comfortable with being who you truly are. God wants to get rid of that facade. God wants you to get rid of those things that you put on and the mask that you wear because you think your family is supposed to like it, because you think you're supposed to be like this because your friends will accept it, because you think you're supposed to be like this because society will accept it, or religion will accept it, or whatever environment that you think you have to be a certain way. God's going to strip that away, and he's going to teach you to be naked and unashamed. Being naked and unashamed is being okay with showing who you truly are. Being okay with showing that weird, awkward, funny, however God made you, being cozy and being comfortable with showing that into the world. And if you can be that in the wilderness, when God brings you out and he takes you to that next level, you're definitely going to be comfortable with that, with all the world to see, okay? But before all the world can see it, you have to own it. You have to get comfortable with it. You have to accept it. You have to divide and separate the lies that you've been telling yourself and the truth in the direction that you need to go into, okay? And so this dark, divine, feminine energy, how to activate it is changing situations where people have taken your power, situations have taken your power, learning to set boundaries, taking care of self first, okay? We also in the past videos talked about self-love, this self-love journey. So a woman in her dark, divine, feminine energy is always practicing that self-love, taking care of her body, making sure that she is healthy. Your health is wealth. Taking care of your mental health, okay? Taking care of your grooming habits. When you're in the wilderness and you have nothing and you have to make do with what God gave you, you still have to take care of your outer appearance. God does not want you to look like what you're going through, because when you stand in front of millions of people and he blesses you with that platform, that audience, that podcast, that TV show, that movie, that interview, people are not going to know what you've been through. And that is going to be a testimony to God that you still showed up as the best you that you could be. God told me when I was doing this and writing this down for you ladies, he wanted me to tell you, don't stop being you just because you're in the wilderness. Don't stop showing up as the best you just because you're in a dry place. A lot of times I've created videos, I have created messages when I've only had $35 to my name. When I had nothing to my name, I've showed up as the best Amber that I could be, because I knew it's not what I have, it's not my environment, it's not how much money I have in my pocket, it's who stands beside me. If God is with me, who can be against me? If I have God on my side, I have everything I need. Despite if God is only giving me what I need at that time in my wilderness stage, or if I have plenty, or if I have a lot. Sometimes the only fun I could have is taking my daughter to Chick-fil-A, watching her play. Sometimes that's the only fun thing that I could do. I'm telling you, there's a lot of things behind the scenes that I've had to deal with, that I've had to work through, and I still had to show up as the Amber that God called me to be. A lot of times, no money to my name, and I step out and you would think I have millions of dollars, and that's how God wants you to be. He doesn't want you to whine and complain and moan about being where you are and being negative. Yes, are we gonna have moments where we're negative? Yes. Are we gonna have moments where we're down in the dumps and we just having a hard time getting air and breathing from under this wave that is taking us over, this tidal wave of life? Yes, it's natural, but God does not want you to stay there. Okay, I could go on about this topic forever of being in the wilderness, being naked and unafraid. Okay, because once you can do that in the wilderness place, when you get out for all the world to see, you're not going to be tempted by things that are not for you. That means men who are not for you. You're not going to be seeking validation from men or women or other females that you feel might be ahead of you, okay, or anyone, whether they're ahead of you or not. You're not going to be seeking attention. You are going to have all of that from within, okay? You are going to know that you are powerful beyond measure, okay? That there is nothing physical that you need in this world to be great or to be powerful, because everything that you need comes from within inside of you, okay? And so it's all about continuing. So a lot of you ladies wanted to know, how do you activate this energy, this dark rise of the Phoenix energy? Everybody cannot tap into this dark divine feminine energy because everyone doesn't have the strength sometimes to withstand the heat from the changes that God is asking you to make in order to get you on the other side of average, of ordinary, of everyday, okay? God is trying to get you to be phenomenal, okay, to be exceptional, and that is not easy. That comes with work, okay? So you want to know how to tap into this true power, this true dark divine feminine energy. Is saying yes to your purpose. It's saying yes to the call on your life. It's saying yes to your creativity. It's saying yes to the things that your soul wants to do. It's saying yes to the life that you want to live. It's saying no to bloodsuckers. It's saying no to energy vampires. It's saying no to Debbie Downers. It's saying no to unworthy Wendy. It's saying no to people who have a poverty and lack mentality, mindset. It's saying no to people who are comfortable where they are. It's saying no to the things that don't serve you. It's saying no to the people who only come to take and never give anything. Is saying no to environments that are toxic, that you've outgrown. Is saying no to the people who you know don't need to be in your life. That's what true dark divine feminine energy, letting your yes be yes to the things that you want to do, to the things that bring you pleasure. And it's saying no, letting your no be no, okay? Because a shaky maybe is a strong no. Remember that, okay? A shaky maybe is a strong no. So it's about being decisive. That's why the first thing I started out in this video is, in order to understand what you deserve, you first have to understand what it is that you want. What do you want out of life? What do you want out of your personal growth? What do you want in love and in a relationship, if that's what you want? Stop saying that you don't want love. Stop saying that you don't want a relationship if you know you truly do, okay? If you're scared of repeating the same mistake, just say that. Just honor that and ask God to help you to work on it, okay? Stop talking negatively about yourself. Stop talking negatively about your situation, okay? Continue to seek things that bring you pleasure in your life. You'll know what season it is in your life. If you're in a wilderness season, you know the things how you need to move, okay? You know that God is asking you to work with what you have. You know that God is teaching you and he's causing you to be still and take a time out and reflect and go within, okay? You know if it's a time of healing, okay? You know if it's a time of self-reflection. You know if it's a time to take action. action, okay? I feel like a lot of you are probably in this reflection and time to take action stage. I feel like a lot of us who've been in this wilderness stage, you're coming out of it. I feel like a lot of you might have come out of this wilderness stage that could have lasted for 2 to 3 years. For some of you, I'm even hearing 5 years, okay? So I feel like a lot of you, it's a time of self-reflection, self-assessing, and taking action, okay? So a woman in her dark divine feminine energy that is activating this energy on an everyday basis. She honors what her soul wants to do. She honors what her spirit wants to do. She lets her yes be yes and her no be no. She doesn't let people come to play with her energy, to be iffy or back and forth, okay? She knows what she wants. She sets boundaries. She is no longer giving her energy or people pleasing to people, especially to people who don't deserve it and to people who don't reciprocate that energy back, okay? And she understands the power that she holds on the inside. She understands that her self-worth and her self-identity and who she is has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with her career, has nothing to do with where she lives, and has nothing to do with her environment. It is strictly the power that comes from the inside that God is put on her, that God has given her, the wisdom that God has blessed her with, okay? Because a woman with wisdom, knowledge, intuition, power, and creativity is limitless. You hear me? Is limitless. There's nothing that you can't do. You can make money. Making money is easy, okay? It's the belief in yourself, the negative mindset, okay? The holding yourself back, the inconsistency, the not taking action. That's what's hard, okay? God has given you so many things for you to be creative, to make money, and to live the life that you want to live, okay? It's, are you going to stay consistent? Are you going to continue to put in the work when you're not seeing the results, okay? So I don't know who I'm talking to and why I'm kind of going off topic a little bit, but you got to know that, okay? So doing this every day is going to keep you in this dark divine feminine energy, okay? We have light divine feminine energy and we have dark divine feminine energy. This is that balance. This is that yin and yang energy that keeps us balanced, okay? Going into using the dark moments of our lives and those hurtful things that could have killed us, that could have brought us to the brink of despair and hopelessness. I'll raise my hand and tell you I've been there, to the brink of hopelessness, despair, wanting to give up, crying at night, can't take it no more. I've been there, okay? I've been in the wilderness and naked, and I'm not ashamed to tell you my story. I'm unashamed, okay? And I'm unapologetic, okay? I am not afraid, okay? And that's that power, that's that confidence, that's that fearlessness that only God can give you, that comes from being in dry places. Being in dry places a lot of times is a blessing in your life because it teaches you so many things, so much wisdom, okay? So I hope this video was helpful to you ladies, and how can you activate this energy. A lot of us truly have been through hell and back, some of us twice, okay? And it's a lot of taking that dark energy, that despair, that sadness, and what we've gone through and what we've learned and what the universe and God and our angels have been trying to teach us and show us to work through that pain. It's about taking that pain and turning it into wisdom and turning it into lessons, and then those lessons become our blessings to help us live a beautiful life. And you not only transform yourself, but this energy is used to help transform others around you, okay? A lot of you have a powerful story to tell. A lot of you are storytellers, true speakers. A lot of you have powerful testimonies. A lot of you have a book on the inside of you, a powerful book that you need to write, okay? So I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you don't know how to write a book, I don't know how to write a book either. I know God has called me to write a book. Start journaling what you've been through, okay? I know doing this for you ladies and teaching you how to activate your dark divine feminine energy, this reflection caused me to do some deep diving. It brought me to tears. I was like, God, please don't let me be crying on this camera again. I do not want to cry. I do not like crying in front of people. but it caused me to really be thankful for how God has brought me, because sometimes we don't take that time to self-reflect and to really think about the small accomplishments. Sometimes we're so caught up on these big monumental things and these big monumental wins, and we don't understand that it's those small everyday things that are the right thing to do, that God is telling us to do. Those small micro habits that is really what is helping us to get to those big wins. Okay, so pat yourself on the back for whatever you've been through, whatever you came out of that almost broke you, that brought you to the point of a spiritual death, of hopelessness, of physical death, of not wanting to be here, of wanting to check out. Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back for keeping your character intact, for keeping your morals intact, for going the long way. Okay, pat yourself on the back. Okay, pat yourself on the back for those small hardships, or those hardships that you went through that, you know, maybe when you think about, bring up pain, maybe make you tear up, maybe make you cry. I certainly did, but it wasn't tears of sadness, it was tears of joy. It was, man, I could have really lost it. I could have really made one wrong decision in the wilderness, just being uncomfortable a little bit too long, and I could have made one decision that could have turned things around for me, that could have got me off track, to what God was trying to do in my life. One wrong decision. When you're in the wilderness stage, a lot of times, sometimes that one decision of being uncomfortable, of being unsettled, of wanting to hurry up and not be uncomfortable anymore, not want to feel the heat anymore, tired of having just enough, tired of not having the money that you want to have, tired of not going where you want to go, tired of not being able to do what you want to do. A lot of times, one wrong move will just set you on the wrong path. Okay, so when God is calling you into that wilderness place, just understand you're there for a reason. Okay, and be okay, and know that in the wilderness, God is always going to provide for you what you need. He's not going to let you go without. Okay, so I really hope this video has helped you, ladies, and is going to help you to look and examine your life of, where do you feel powerless at? Where are you holding yourself back? Who do you need to cut out of your life? What environment or social circle do you need to remove yourself from? Who do you need to close the door on, and be okay with not having closure? A woman in her dark divine feminine energy doesn't need closure. She understands that needing that closure for somebody will keep her in that energy that she doesn't want to be in. Okay, so you need to seek and ask God to help you with that closure. We talked about that in the prior video, that needing closure from people who did you wrong will hold you hostage. And so in that wilderness stage, God will ask you to forgive those people and to let go without them coming to you, saying sorry, apologizing, or anything. And that is an event in and of itself. Okay, it's all about taking actions on your dreams and goals, being fearless, and not letting anyone, anything, or you hold yourself back. Okay, and once you understand this power, and you've gone through this rise of the phoenix, this ashes, this rebirth, okay, this spiritual death, once you come out of it, and you've gone through this thing of healing and the self-reflecting, okay, oh my gosh, nothing can shake you. I'm gonna leave 2 songs for you ladies to listen to. One of them is by Michael Jackson. It's called Unbreakable. And one of them is by Fred Hammond. Okay, I want you to listen to both of them this week, and I want you to meditate on them, and I want you to listen to them all this coming week. Okay, because this is really going to help you stay in this powerful energy, and you will be unfuckwithable. Okay, nobody will be able to F with you. Nobody will be able to shake you, make you sweat, get you off your throne, get you off your square, child. Okay, because once you've been through it, it's like the only person that can do that is God. Okay, not even the devil can do it. Okay, because you've allowed God to strengthen you. You've allowed God to make your armor. You have allowed God to make your gown of glory. You have allowed God to fashion your crown. You have allowed God and what He wants to use those materials and those metals and those jewels and those fabrics, and I'm talking spiritually here, to make this for you so you will be unshakable, unstoppable, and powerful. All right, ladies, I love you. I'm here for you. I offer coaching. Okay, if any of you want a coaching call for me, any type of mentorship, any type of spiritual guidance, you can always email me. I am here as always. Okay, if I've said something that has helped you today, please don't forget to hit that like button for your girl, and I will see you in the next video. I have some more fun, okay, videos coming up with dark divine feminine energy, but in order to really utilize those, you have to understand the things that I talked about in this video and in the prior video that I did before. Okay, I love you, ladies. Stay blessed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.